Dear students, I Dr. Manoj Sharma welcome you on the EduSet network, and today we will discuss about the animal husbandry. After today's lecture, students, you will be able to understand what is animal husbandry and what are its different types, like fishery, farming, apiculture, etc. So students, let's start with the definition of animal husbandry. Animal husbandry is the agricultural practice of breeding and raising livestock. It is a vital skill for farmers and is as much science as it is art. It deals with the care and breeding of livestock like buffaloes, cows, pigs, horses, cattle, sheep, camels, goats, etc. that are useful to the humans. It includes poultry farming and fishery. Fishery includes rearing, catching, selling, etc. of fishes, mollusks and crustaceans. Since time immemorial, animals like bees, silkworms, prawns, crabs, fishes, birds, pigs, cattle, sheep and camel have been used by the humans for products like milk, eggs, meat, wool, silk, honey and so on. It is estimated that more than 70% of the world livestock population is in India and China. It is surprising to note that the contribution to the world farm produced is only 25%. The productivity per unit is very low in both countries. In addition to the conventional practices of animal breeding and care, newer technologies also have to be applied to achieve improvement in quality and productivity. Students, let us discuss the management of farms and farm animals. A professional approach to what have been traditional practices of farm management gives the much needed boost to our food production. Let us discuss some of the management procedures employed in various animal farm systems, in which first comes the dairy farm management. Dairying is the management of animals for milk and its products for human consumption. So, let me ask you students two questions. Can you list the animals that you would expect to find in a dairy? Maybe you can easily answer this question. Then second one is, what are the different kind of products that can be made with milk from a dairy farm? Maybe you will be able to answer very easily. In dairy farm management, we deal with processes and systems that increase yield and improve quality of milk. Milk yield is primarily depend on the quality of breeds in the farm. Selection of good breeds having high yielding potential under the climatic conditions of the area combined with resistant to diseases is very important. For the yield potential to be realized, the cattle have to be well looked after. They have to be housed well, should have adequate water and be maintained disease free. हम तभी अपने पशुओं की उत्पादन क्षमता को बढ़ा सकते हैं, जबकि हम उन्हें अच्छा रहन सहन दें, ठीक तरीके से पानी और खाना दें और उनको बीमारी रहित रखें। The feeding of cattle should be carried out in a scientific manner with special emphasis on the quality and the quantity of fodder. Stringent cleanliness and hygiene both of the cattle and the handlers are of paramount importance while milking, storage and transport of the milk and its products. Nowadays, students, much of these processes have become mechanized, which reduces chance of direct contact of the produce with the handler. This ensures the hygienic conditions. Now students, the next point is ensuring these stringent measures would of course require regular inspection with proper record keeping. It would also help to identify and rectify the problems as early as possible during the farm management. Students, regular visits by the veterinary doctor would be mandatory to keep the animals healthy. You would probably find it interesting if you were to prepare a questionnaire on diverse aspects of dairy keeping and then follow it up with a visit to a dairy farm in your locality and seek answer to the question. आप अपने नज़दीक के किसी डेयरी फार्म पे जाइए और वहाँ पे देखिए कि वो उस डेयरी फार्म का रखरखाव किस प्रकार से करते हैं और अपने मन में उत्पन्न हुए अलग अलग प्रकार के प्रश्नों के आंसर जानने की कोशिश कीजिए. The second point is poultry farm management. Students, poultry is the class of domesticated fowls used for food or for their eggs. They typically include chicken and ducks and sometimes turkey and geese. The word poultry is often used to refer to the meat of only these birds, but in a more general sense, it may be referred to the meat of the other birds also. तो बच्चों, जैसा कि हमने डेयरी फार्मिंग मैनेजमेंट में डिस्कस किया, वैसे पोल्ट्री फार्म में भी हमें इन बातों का ध्यान रखना चाहिए. सिलेक्शन ऑफ डिजीज फ्री एंड सुटेबल बर्ड्स, प्रॉपर एंड सेफ फार्म कंडीशन, प्रॉपर फीड एंड वाटर, and of course the hygiene and health care are the important components of the poultry farm management. So, obtaining the high yielded variety, we require proper breeding. So, students, let us discuss the animal breeding. Breeding of animal is an important aspect of animal husbandry. Animal breeding aims at increasing the yield of animal and improving the desirable quality of the product. What do we understand by the term breed, students? A group of animals related by descent and similar in most characters like general appearance, features, size, configuration, etc. are said to be belong to a breed. Would the selection of character differ with the choice of animals? Yes, students. It depends upon the type of animals. अगर हमने एक गाय पालनी है तो हम ये कोशिश करेंगे कि हम ऐसी गाय लें जो कि ज़्यादा दूध उत्पादित करती है और जो कि कम बीमारियों के लिए सेंसिटिव है. तो इस तरीके से it requires a proper selection process. When breeding is between animals of the same breed, it is called inbreeding. जब एक ही प्रकार के दो जानवरों के बीच में ब्रीडिंग हो तो हम उसको इनब्रीडिंग कहते हैं. Crosses between different breeds are called outbreeding. अगर दो अलग अलग प्रकार के एनिमल्स के बीच में क्रॉस किया जाए, ब्रीडिंग की जाए, तो उसको हम आउटब्रीडिंग का नाम देते हैं। जैसे कि अगर गधे और घोड़े के बीच में क्रॉस किया जाए तो वो आउटब्रीडिंग कहलाता है, जबकि वो एक ही ग्रुप के एनिमल्स हैं। इनब्रीडिंग रेफर्स टू द मेटिंग ऑफ more closely related individuals within the same breed for 6 generation. इनब्रीडिंग में हम एक ही ब्रीड में से अलग अलग जानवरों को क्रॉस करते हैं 6 अलग अलग जनरेशन तक। द ब्रीडिंग स्ट्रेटजी इज एज फॉलोज। Superior males and superior females of the same breed are identified and mated in pairs. The progeny obtained from such mating are evaluated and superior males and females among them are identified for further mating. A superior female in the case of cattle is the cow or buffalo that produces more milk per lactation. On the other hand, a superior male is the bull, which gives rise to superior progeny as compared to those of other males. Try to recollect the homozygous pure lines developed by Mendel. आपने जेनेटिक्स में पढ़ा है कि होमोजाइगस प्योर लाइन्स क्या होती हैं। आप उस चीज़ को अपने दिमाग में लाने की कोशिश करें। एक पर्टिकुलर करैक्टर अगर हमें चाहिए हो तो हमें उसके लिए प्योर लाइंस चाहिए होती है। तो अगर एक काऊ हम लें जो कि दूध ज़्यादा प्रोड्यूस करती है और एक हेल्दी बुल लें और हम उनको क्रॉस कराएं तो हमें पर्टिकुलर करैक्टर्स मिलते हैं, हेल्दी प्रोजेनी मिलती है, लेकिन हमें इसके लिए होमोजाइगस प्योर लाइंस की आवश्यकता होती है। ए सिमिलर स्ट्रेटजी इज यूज्ड फॉर डेवलपिंग प्योर लाइंस इन कैटल एज वेल एज यूज्ड इन केस ऑफ पीस। इन ब्रीडिंग इंक्रीजिंग होमोजाइगोसिटी। अगर हम आपस में उसको बैक क्रॉस कराते रहें तो उससे क्या होता है, होमोजाइगोसिटी इंक्रीज होती है। Thus, inbreeding is necessary if we want to evolve a pure line in animal. Inbreeding exposes harmful recessive genes that are eliminated by selection. It also helps in accumulation of superior genes and elimination of less desirable genes. Therefore, students, this approach where there is selection at each step increases the productivity of inbreed population. However, continued inbreeding, especially close inbreeding, usually reduce fertility and even productivity also. This is called inbreeding depression. अगर हम एक लगातार इनब्रीड कराते रहें क्लोज ब्रीडिंग के अंतर्गत, तो हम ये पाते हैं कि जानवरों में फर्टिलिटी भी रिड्यूस होती है और उनकी प्रोडक्टिविटी भी रिड्यूस होती है। इस फिनोमिना को हम इनब्रीडिंग डिप्रेशन कहते हैं। Whenever this become a problem, selecting animals of breeding population should be mated with unrelated superior animals of the same breed. This usually have restore fertility and yield. जब कभी इस तरह की कोई घटना होती है तो हम उन जानवरों को दोबारा से सुपीरियर जानवरों के साथ क्रॉस कराते हैं, जिससे कि उनमें फर्टिलिटी दोबारा से रिस्टोर हो जाती है और उनकी यील्ड भी बढ़ती है। आपके सामने चित्र में बच्चों हमने इसी प्रकार के दो जानवर जर्सी और लेगहॉर्न दिखाए हैं। ये दोनों ही हाई यील्डेड वैरायटी हैं। तो आइए बच्चों अब हम आउटब्रीड के बारे में डिस्कस करें। आउटब्रीडिंग इज द ब्रीडिंग ऑफ द अनरिलेटेड एनिमल्स। अलग अलग प्रकार के दो जानवरों में जब क्रॉस हो तो हम उसको आउटब्रीडिंग का नाम देते हैं। विच मे बी बिटवीन इंडिविजुअल्स ऑफ द सेम ब्रीड बट हैविंग नो कॉमन एंसेस्टर्स, और between two different breeds, which is known as the cross breeding, or even different species, which is known as interspecific hybridization. Outcross is the practice of mating of animals within the same breed, but having no common ancestors on either side of their pedigree, up to 4 to 6 generations. The offspring of such a mating is known as an outcross. It is the best breeding method for animals that are below average in productivity in milk production, growth rate in beef cattle. A single outcross often helps to overcome inbreeding depression. Cross breeding, on the other hand, is a method superior males of one breed are mated with superior females of another breed. Then cross breeding allows the desirable quality of two different breeds to be combined. अलग अलग दो ब्रीड्स के अंदर जो सुपीरियर करेक्टर्स हैं उनको अगर हम मिक्स करना चाहते हैं तो हम इस प्रकार की ब्रीडिंग कराते हैं. The progeny hybrid animals may themselves be used for commercial production. Alternatively, they may be subjected to some form of inbreeding and selection to develop new stable breeds that may be superior to the existing breeds. इस फिनोमिना को हम लोग पौधों में अच्छे प्रकार से अपनाते हैं और हमें अलग अलग प्रकार की ब्रीड्स प्राप्त होती हैं, खासतौर पे राइस और वीट के अंदर. Many new animal breeds have been developed by this approach. For example, Hizardale is a new breed of sheep developed in Punjab by crossing Bikaneri Eves and Merino Rams. इन दो अलग अलग प्रकार की ब्रीड को जब हमने क्रॉस कराया तो हमें जो ब्रीड प्राप्त हुई उच्च नस्ल की, उसको हमने हिजार्डले का नाम दिया और ये पंजाब में किया गया. इंटरस्पेसिफिक हाइब्रिडाइजेशन is a method in which male and female animals of two different species are mated. In some cases, the progeny may combine desirable features of both the parents and may be of considerable economic value. इसके अंदर सबसे अच्छा एग्जाम्पल जो है वो म्यूल का है. जैसा कि बच्चों आपके चित्र में दिखाया गया है, म्यूल हमें डोंकी और हॉर्सेस के बीच में क्रॉस कराने से प्राप्त होता है. लेकिन इंटरस्पेसिफिक हाइब्रिडाइजेशन का एक नुकसान ये है बच्चों कि इससे जो भी हमें एनिमल्स मिलते हैं उनके अंदर मैटिंग की पावर नहीं होती, वो फर्टिलाइजेशन नहीं कर सकते. कंट्रोल ब्रीडिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट्स are carried out using artificial insemination. The semen is collected from the male that is chosen as a parent and injected into the reproductive tract of the selected female by the breeders. The semen may be used immediately or can be frozen and used at a later date. It can also be transported in a frozen form to where the female is housed. In this way, desirable mating are carried out. Artificial insemination, which is AI, helps us overcome several problems of normal mating. Often, the success rate of crossing mature male and female animals is fairly low, even though the artificial insemination is carried out. To improve the chance of successful production of hybrids, other means are also used. One of them is the multiple ovulation embryo transfer technology. This phenomena is also known as MOET. It is one such program for herd improvement. In this method, a cow is administered hormones with FSH-like activity to induce follicular maturation and superovulation. Instead of one egg, which they normally yield per cycle, they produce 6 to 8 eggs. Then the animal is either mated with an elite bull or artificial insemination. The fertilized eggs of 8 to 32 cell stage are recovered non-surgically and transferred to surrogate mother. The genetic mother is available for another round of superovulation. This technology has been demonstrated for various animals, for example, cattle, sheep, rabbits, buffaloes, mares, etc. The high milk yielding breeds of females and high quality lean meat with less lipid meat yielding bulls have been bred successfully to increase herd size in a short time. Let us talk about the beekeeping. Beekeeping, which is also known as apiculture, is the maintenance of hives of honeybees for the production of honey. Of course, it also increases the farm yield by helping the flowers in crossing. It has been an age-old cottage industry and many people depend on it. Honey is a food of high nutritive value and also find use in the endogenous system of medicine. आयुर्वेदा के अंदर हनी की, शहद की बहुत इम्पोर्टेंस है, बहुत सारी दवाइयों के अंदर यह इस्तेमाल होता है. Honey bee also produces bee wax, which finds many uses in industry, such as in the preparation of cosmetics and polishes of various kinds. The increased demand of honey has led to large-scale beekeeping practices. It has become an established income-generating industry, whether practiced on a small or on a large scale. Beekeeping can be practiced in any area where there are sufficient bee pasture of some wild shrubs, fruits, orchids, and cultivated crops. There are several species of honeybees which can be reared. Of these, the most common species is Apis indica. Beehives can be kept in one's courtyard, on the veranda of the house, or even on the roof. Beekeeping is not labor intensive. Beekeeping, though relatively easy, does require some specialized knowledge, and there are several organizations that teach beekeeping. Now students, I would like to tell you some important points for the successful beekeeping. Please note down. Number 1, the knowledge of the nature and habits of bees. It is must. Then second one is the selection of suitable locations for keeping the beehives. Next, the catching and hiving of swarms, means the group of bees, and management of beehives during different seasons. Of course, student, handling and collection of honey and of bee wax is an important aspect on which knowledge is required. Bees are pollinators of many of our crops such as sunflower, brassica, apple and pear. Keeping beehives in crop fields during flowering period increases pollination efficiency and improve the yield, and thus help the farmer in this way. In today's lecture, we will also going to discuss about the fisheries. Fisheries is an industry devoted to the catching, processing and selling of fishes. It also includes the shellfish or other aquatic animals like prawns. Some of the freshwater fishes which are very common include catla, rohu and freshwater carp. Some of the marine fishes that are eaten are hilsa, sardines, mackerel and pomfrets. We now talk about the blue revolution as being implemented along the same lines as green revolution. हरित क्रांति के बाद हम अब नीली क्रांति की भी बात करने लगे हैं. You may have seen TV news or read newspaper reports about the bird flu viruses. Now student, what is this bird flu virus? It is having a scare or created the scare in the country and drastically affected eggs and chicken consumption. बर्ड फ्लू वायरस का हमारे जनजीवन पे बहुत बड़ा प्रभाव पड़ा है और इंडस्ट्री को इस वायरस की वजह से बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान उठाना पड़ा, क्योंकि इस वायरस के आतंक के कारण अंडों और मीट की जो कंजम्पशन है वो मार्केट में बहुत ज़्यादा रिड्यूस हो गई और बहुत सारे जानवरों को, बर्ड्स को हमें इस वायरस के कारण मारना पड़ा. आइए हम कुछ जानकारी खुद इकट्ठी करने की कोशिश करें. पहला प्रश्न है, हाउ कैन वी प्रिवेंट द स्प्रेड ऑफ द फ्लू इन केस सम चिकन्स आर इन्फेक्टेड. अगर आपके घर के आसपास कोई चिकन बर्ड फ्लू वायरस से इन्फेक्टेड हो जाता है तो आप उसको फैलने से किस प्रकार रोकेंगे? आप इस प्रश्न का उत्तर ढूंढने की कोशिश कीजिए. फॉर व्हाट काइंड ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स वुड वी ब्रीड एनिमल्स. दूसरा प्रश्न बच्चों आपके लिए है कि हमें किस जानवर में किस कैरेक्टर के लिए उसको ब्रीड करना चाहिए. एक ऐसी आप लिस्ट बना सकते हैं जिसमें एक पर्टिकुलर जानवर को हम किस कैरेक्टर के लिए ब्रीड करें. जैसे कि गाय में हमें दूध की आवश्यकता होती है और जबकि भेड़ के अंदर हमें उसके ज़्यादा बाल चाहिए और दूध भी, ताकि हमें ज़्यादा ऊन और दूध प्राप्त हो सके. Then students, try to list out the names of some common breeds of cattle and poultry in the farms of your area. अपने आसपास के क्षेत्र में किसी भी फार्म के अंदर जाइए और वहाँ पे पता कीजिए कि कौन सी लोकल ब्रीड उस फार्म के अंदर पाली जाती है। जैसे आपने भैंसों में मुर्रा नस्ल की भैंस के बारे में सुना होगा। आप जानने की कोशिश कीजिए कि किसान मुर्रा नस्ल की भैंस को ज़्यादा क्यों पालते हैं, उसके अंदर क्या ऐसे करैक्टर्स हैं जिनकी वजह से उसको ज़्यादा पाला जाता है। इसी के साथ आज का ये हम लेक्चर समाप्त करते हैं। धन्यवाद।